Okay. Hello and welcome to Gullah Chat. My name is Donna Pazant, your host, and I am so excited to be with you all today because I have a special guest that I'm sure you've seen before if you've been to the Gullah Festival or anywhere around some good storytelling. Aunt Pearlie Sue, please say hello to the people.
Hey, peoples. God bless, God bless.
I am so excited for you to be here because, the Gullah culture has so much involved in it. Like there's so much to it. You've got your basket weaving, your rice, your food, the music. But one thing that you cannot talk about Gullah without mentioning is storytelling. Mm-hmm. So I would like for you to share with the people, why is storytelling so important to the Gullah culture?
That's the only way we could record our history, because the masters didn't think our history was worthy of being recorded. And even if they attempted at it, a lot of it was propaganda and a lot of foolishness. So the only way that we could keep our history alive is through storytelling, the oral tradition. And that goes all the way back to Africa with the griot.
Interesting. So like I noticed in your shows, you do a lot of crowd participation and, the call and response type of thing. Why is that so important, to that craft? And why do you do it? Why is it so important?
Mm-hmm. We want people to experience the culture, not just come and just passively observe it, but we want them to actually experience it, especially when they come to see our Decoration Day, show. It was such a big part of my, childhood growing up. I think second to Christmas, that was the most exciting part of the year for me. And so when people come, we want them to experience all the different parts. Even, we serve some of the food so that people get to even taste some of the things that would have been served at during Decoration Day. So we want them to come, and when they leave, they're gonna say, dang, I was at the carnival, I was at the fair. Yeah, I was at Sam Stokes' Greasy Garage, and I was doing the twist on the mashed potatoes. So we get them involved, and they get to, be a part, to actually feel and experience some of the things that we actually did during that time. So yeah, we don't want you to go back thinking, well, I could have saw that on television. No, you got to come and you have to experience the culture.
Right. So it's the experience of it all. Mm-hmm. So I just have another question. Like when you talk about storytelling, like, do you think it's a dying art form, or, how can we keep it alive? Because I think about people coming up who say maybe want to get into storytelling. Is this something you can learn how to do, or do you kind of have to have it in you?
I think everybody's a storyteller. Okay. And people don't realize it, because everybody has a story to tell. And, kids start telling stories from before they know what storytelling is. True. And so, whether or not people decide to take it to the extent, that I use storytelling now, I think everybody, again, like I said, everybody has a piece of this story to tell, this Gullah Geechee history that we share. I was just on last Friday night, I was down at the university, and they had Miss Polly Shepherd and Margaret, I think she pronounced her name Seidler, but Miss Polly was one of the survivors from the Emmanuel 9. And she shared the story that when Dylan Roof had the gun to her head and asked, had he shot her? And she said, no, he said, I won't, because I want you to stay to be here to tell the story. And so even something as horrific as that night in June of 2015, that's a story that needs to be told. And where he thought it was going to cause a racial divide and a racial war and a civil war, it actually brought people together. For years, we had been boycotting to try to get that Confederate flag down from the top of our state house here in South Carolina. That one act brought it down. So when she continues to tell the story, he was not expecting forgiveness and love to be center stage of the story. He thought hatred and revenge was going to be it. But when love and forgiveness became the center theme of that story, it is really bringing some healing to our community, to our state, to our nation, even with all the crazy stuff that's going on. Anita Singleton Prather can't come and say certain things, or Minister Prather can't say certain things. But Pearlie Sue, the storyteller, can address a lot of issues, can talk about the elephant in the room called racism and hatred and unforgiveness and revenge and all those things, and do it in such a way that people don't have to feel threatened. The biggest thing that causes a lot of this hatred and revenge that we see now is the fear. We fear one another. We fear the unknown. And we're so afraid to get to know each other, to know that we have more in common than we have different. That little seed of mistrust turns into this horrible thing called violence and hatred and murder and all that kind of stuff. But storytelling can diffuse a lot of things. We can talk about some things, and we can agree to disagree, but it doesn't mean that we have to hate.
Right. So, you have been doing it for so long, and it's like the back of your hand. You know how to do it. You don't have to study. You know how to do the Gullah storytelling. But for someone who is younger and thinking about, I think I want to be a Gullah storyteller, but I'm not sure, what I should do or how to go about it. What advice or what suggestions do you have for an aspiring storyteller, Gullah storyteller?
First, go and let's find out what this Gullah Geechee culture is all about. Mm-hmm. And once you're comfortable with who you are as a Gullah Geechee person, and then just start talking. Then start telling your story. Start saying, I remember Grandma and them used to say, and I remember Miss Sadie across the street used to say, and I remember, and before you know it, you're a storyteller. Not realizing that you already are. Just start talking.
That's
sometimes right. I'm just saying something to somebody, and they say, girl, was that the truth? I said, well, yeah. And just never even thought about it. Just basically started telling people, let me tell you what my grandmama did. Let me tell you what really made her mad. And you better get out of her way. And my dad Tyler Perry played my dad. Rosa Singleton was the real my dad. She didn't play. She carried a pistol in her pocketbook, cuss, and would be sitting on that pew on Sunday morning and dare anybody to sit on her pew because she had made her own little special cushion. And this is before a lot of folks got cushions on the benches. It was just a hard wooden bench. But she made her own cushion and dared anybody that she didn't want to sit on her cushion on Sunday morning. So, just telling those stories of Miss Rosa. She wouldn't be the one that they'd kick off the bus. She'd be the one that hijacked the bus. So,
Okay. Now, even just that little story that you just told right there, there's like an art to that. You are just so natural at it, and that is why people come from all over to see Aunt Pearlie Sue at the Gullah Festival. They got to see.
Tell them come over. Tell them we love company, honey. We love company, so we're looking forward to everybody coming, and I think people need to hear something to just bring a little smile on their face, because we have enough horror stories already in the news, a lot of fake news stuff that's causing people to do horrible things, but maybe just come on and maybe we can put a smile on your face. That's what we want to do.
Well, that definitely lifts their spirits. Guys, listen, thank you so much for just watching this video today. And we really hope that you learned something about storytelling and Gullah storytelling, specifically. But if you want to, we are on social media platforms. Follow us, please, on our Instagram page. We have Facebook, we're on Twitter, and we have a YouTube channel. So please subscribe, and that way you'll never miss an episode or a new video coming out. And there will be a couple coming out because we're headed up to the Gullah Festival. The Gullah Festival takes place Memorial Day weekend, and that would be the 27th, the 28th, and 29th. And if you go to the website, which is originalgullahfestival.org, you can find out information about the history of the Gullah Festival, but you can also get your ticket information there as well. And so we are actually in the midst of a fundraising campaign. So you can go to that website, click that link, buy that popcorn. Mm-hmm. And yeah, even if you don't eat popcorn, share the link, please. Mm-hmm. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization, and we could really use the support, just share the link, and we'll be so appreciative if you would do that for us. So, before we leave, we always leave you with something to think about. And so the takeaway from me today will just be to do some research about Gullah storytelling and find out why it's so important. Find out what makes it so special. And if you are an aspiring storyteller, understand that you probably already are a storyteller. You just have to walk in it. Pearly Sue, do you have anything else to add to the takeaway or leave the people with?
Well, I'm gonna give them a little homework assignment.
Okay.
Most people are familiar with the story of the Three Little Pigs. Take that basic story and make it your own. That's when I go around and I do storytelling workshops across the country, that's usually one of the exercises that I give from third graders all the way up to adults. And I'll tell them, you take that basic story and I want you to make it your own. And I'm telling you, they have come up with some doozies. I mean, 3 pigs on steroids, 3 pigs in therapy. I mean, everybody has their own twist on the story of the Three Little Pigs. So take something as simple as that 3 Little Pigs and make it your own story.
And you know what? After you do that, send it to me and I'll post it on one of our Gullah Festival platforms. Mm-hmm. That would be so interesting to see all these new storytellers up and coming. But anyway, thank you so much again, Aunt Pearly Sue, for blessing the people today. And so until we come back to our next Gullah Chat, I'm Donna, that's Aunt Pearly Sue, and everyone in the meantime, just be blessed until we meet again. Okay?
God bless.
Bye-bye.
God bless. Love you. Love you, love you.